What's up, guys? Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. October 16th, another insane day in small caps. 3 days in a row now, we've had ridiculous action in small caps. Another 500-600% runner in BNGO. This stock, BNGO, today halted more times than I think I can remember seeing a stock halt. If you trade small caps, you need to really give me your undivided attention. And really focus on watching this video in its entirety, because there are so many lessons that I'm going to cover with you in this video about small caps. We just wrapped up the end of the day recap in chat with all the members, and I was touching upon some really good points and some helpful tips during red hot small cap action that can really help, and I want to share that with you. This is going to be a really good video if you trade small caps, guys, so get ready, listen up. There's so many things to take away from today's action. I nailed a nice trade on BNGO, 50% on my final take profit. Stock ended up going much higher. That's just the action that we're in right now. But there's a lesson here that talks about, if a stock is truly strong, you'll get more than one crack at it. So like if you miss the first move, don't get upset, don't kick and scream, stay focused, look for another entry opportunity, because if a stock's truly strong, you're going to get another crack at entering. It's going to give you another entry opportunity. Another one is patience. Okay. I've been entering my trades, around, like today, I entered my trade around 10:20, okay, on BNGO. Have patience off the bell when small caps are hot. It's a difficult thing to do because, when that stock gaps up, and usually when small caps are hot, that first opening bell candle has a lot of range. It's a big range candle. It gets everybody excited. You feel like you're going to miss the move, and you chase it. And then, there's no information there for that stock to tell you if it's strong, if it's weak, and you can put yourself in a hole very quickly. And that'll screw you up for the whole rest of the day. If you put yourself in that type of situation when small caps are hot, you can get hurt right off the bell. You put yourself in a hole, and now that will make you be gun shy for the rest of the day. You're going to be trigger shy. You're not going to pull the trigger, and you're going to miss moves like BNGO. Do not put yourself in that high risk situation. Wait. Okay? When small caps are hot, they make new highs at 10:30, at 11. They make new highs at 2 o'clock, at 2:30 when small caps are hot. So, if they're really hot and you're going to get really good action and good continuation, which is what we are getting, why are you in a rush to buy it right off the bell or within the first 5 minutes of the open? You're putting yourself in a very high risk situation because there's so much volatility at that opening bell, because that is where all traders are flocking to. And that takes me to my next point. The crowded trade has not been working to the long side. Okay? The leading gappers the last 2 days, the stocks that everybody was talking about pre-market, that were the leading gappers, they had the best the best volume pre-market, those have been the ones that have not worked out and that have been a very crowded trade. It's the stocks that are a lot less crowded that are making the much smoother, easier move. So, example, VIVE today was the leading gapper, best volume. Everybody's talking about it. All eyes on VIVE, both long traders and short traders. All eyes on VIVE. Very crowded trade today. Okay, you guys can see VIVE, okay, gave a huge gap up, down, up, down, up, down. Obviously, end of the day, crappy, but especially if you're a long trader, where's the action there? Okay, this was the leading gapper, the best volume, what everybody was excited about. Where's the clean move? Now look at BNGO. Look at that move. Look how clean that move is. Okay, WWR yesterday, leading gapper, highest volume. Everybody was talking about WWR. That was a difficult trade. That trade did not work out. That was a very back and forth type of trade. Okay, but yesterday, DTSS was a stock that I traded. That was not the leading gapper. We did not have the most volume pre-market, but it came to life after the bell, and that gave you a much smoother move. The point is that I'm not saying you should not focus on those stocks. VIVE should have been on the top of your watch list today. WWR should have been at the top of your watch list yesterday. But the point is that if those one or two that are your go-to off the bell, if they crap out, that doesn't mean that small caps are dead. That doesn't mean that you just like, oh, you know what, small caps are dead. That's it. You know, these two didn't work out, because look at the moves that these other stocks are making. BNGO, ridiculous move. This was on the watch list today for us, but it wasn't my number one focus. Turns out to be the one where I made all of my money today. All right, you take a look at XBIO. Look at the move XBIO made in the middle of the day. OCGN. Look at the move that made in the afternoon. Okay, I mean, you're getting really, really good moves in these small caps, and the point is that they're not making that move in the first 5 minutes of the day. If the stock puts in the high of the day within the first 15 minutes, that's not somewhere that you even want to be when you're trading, okay? Because you're getting all of these other stocks that are making highs at 10, 10:30, 11:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3 o'clock. You're getting all that continuation. So why are you trying to, to go after that first move and put yourself in a high risk situation? Wait for setups, wait for patterns, have patience, because that patience has allowed me to really capitalize on this small cap action this week. I'm having a big week right now. I probably will push tomorrow because I have a real nice cushion on the week. I'll probably push it and get a little bit more aggressive tomorrow if I still see good action in small caps, which I think we will. But it's that patience that allowed me to enter DTSS well after 10 o'clock yesterday and enter BNGO well after 10 o'clock today. It's that patience that keeps me, in it. Okay, and that's how I'm able to capitalize on these trades. And I'm letting those leading gappers, I'm letting them open and work themselves out rather than chasing them. If I chased VIVE today off the bell, are you kidding? You got crushed. If you're long. If you're short, obviously it was a great trade for you. But if you're trying to get long, you got crushed. You got crushed. Okay? So that's, if I was IWPR or IPWR, I think was the other one. Okay, right off the bell, you had this real quick move, the first 15 minutes of the day, and then completely crapped out. This isn't where you want to be. You want to try to catch that, or do you want to try to catch that? You guys tell me. Okay, so that's why I'm patient off the bell, and especially when it comes to small caps, it's very easy for you to get very excited off the bell because these stocks put in these big wide range candles. It's very easy for you to get excited and jump in. Be patient, guys, because there's tremendous opportunity, and that there's better opportunity after the bell. Okay, it's a long day. The trading day is very long. All right, you don't need to make all your money in the first 15 minutes of the day. So, with that said, let's get into BNGO. Okay, you know what? I'm going to talk about a couple more topics actually, because we talked about a couple of these topics actually in the end of the day recap in the chat. And when small caps are really moving around like this, like when you have a BNGO and you have a VIVE, these stocks are extremely volatile. SES, BIMI the other day, extremely volatile. The stocks are moving around. The price action is very, very fast. It's very whiplash type action, and that can be very overwhelming for a new or inexperienced trader. But there are ways that I want you to go about thinking about your trade that can slow the trade down for you. And like that's what I say with our members in chat is slow the trade down. That's literally just a mindset. Slow the trade down. What do I mean by that? When you go into a trade, you have a dollar amount that you need to figure out that you're comfortable risking. Okay, figure out where your entry point is, figure out where your stop loss is, and then calculate and adjust your position size so that you are risking that dollar amount that you are comfortable with. Let's say you're comfortable risking $500 on a trade. Okay, you figure out the entry point, your stop loss, and okay, how much size would be me risking $500. That's how you select your position size. That's how you place the trade. And now you know that no matter what this stock does, you're risking $500, and that's okay because that's a number that you're comfortable risking. Okay, it doesn't matter what the number is. It could be $5, it could be $5,000. Doesn't matter. Whatever the number is that you are comfortable risking, and that's how you can slow the stock down. Okay, the stock can do this all at once, but if your stop loss is right here. Okay, well, here, let me see, you can see my hands. The stock can do this all at once, all at once, all at once. But if your stop loss is here, it doesn't matter. It slows the volatility down, okay, when you think of it that way, all right? So that's how, you guys, these little useful tips that you can use when going about trading these things to take advantage, because when small caps are hot, there's tremendous opportunity. Tremendous. You can make your whole year in 2 or 3 weeks when small caps are red hot. Okay, you really, really could. But with that potential reward comes increased risk, because you can also get crushed, okay, if you're on the wrong side of these things. Also, guys, not chasing and not giving in to FOMO. This BNGO halted so many times today that eventually, when the stock just keeps halting like that on the way up, like this move right here was almost near impossible to trade. The stock would move, halt, it would open for 15 seconds, halt, open for 15 seconds, halt, open for 15 seconds, halt. That is an extremely high risk situation that I want you to try to avoid, because what ends up happening is you end up chasing the stock, you get long right here, it halts, you get stuck in the halt, it opens up, it does that, and then halts again, and you're stuck in your position because you're not fast enough to get out before it halts again. Okay? Do not try to trade a stock that is just halt, open, halt, open, halt, open, halt, open, halt, like BNGO was today. Okay? Because you can't get in and out of the position when you want, where you want. So that's a very high risk situation. Try to stay away from that. Okay? So let's get to the actual trade on BNGO, because this was a picture perfect setup. And the lesson we're going to talk about here is mental and technical. Mental we already talked about a little bit earlier, which is if a stock's truly strong, you'll get more than one crack at it. I missed my first entry on BNGO. I was pissed. Alex, one of the other moderators in TTG, he caught the move that I was trying to catch at first. And then I sat there and said, you know what? Small caps are red hot. If this stock's truly strong, I'm going to have another chance to enter this trade. And I stuck to, my guns here. I stayed focused, broke out my technical indicators, and tried to identify an entry, and we got a beautiful one on BNGO. Okay, we drawed our Fibonacci retracement levels here from the, before we do that, let's talk about where I missed my first entry. Okay, pre-market, we were talking about some support around $1. Okay, psychological number, we got to the daily chart. You can see here this little previous pivot support level right around $1, and the dollar is also a psychological level. Okay, so we drew a line right there around $1. We were looking for support to be in that region. We also had, once you draw out your Fibonacci retracement levels, the 38.2 Fibonacci level lined up with that $1 mark, and you had the trade line line up with that $1 mark as well. So I was sitting right here, okay, about to enter a tier 1 position. Let me pan this in so you can see a little more clear. About to enter a tier 1 position right there. My plan was to enter tier 2 over VWAP, and I never pulled the trigger. I never pulled the trigger. I never got the tier 1, never got the tier 2. The stock broke the high of the day, halted, and I was pissed. Alex ended up jumping in this, I think, at $1.23. I think Alex got in this right here above VWAP, if I'm not mistaken. It was a really nice trade. He sold out into this when trading resumed up there around 160. He bailed on the trade and locked in those profits. It was a really nice move. Now, I missed that move, and yeah, of course. Was I upset? Of course. Okay, I wasn't happy that I missed the move. It was a big move. Imagine 111, the stock went to $1.70. That's a huge percentage gain. So, yeah, I wasn't happy about it, but I know small caps are hot, and I'm saying to myself, if this stock's truly strong, I'll get another crack at it. So what do? I redraw my Fibonacci's now to get up to the new high of the day, and you can now see the initial morning high lines up perfectly with the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, which lines up perfectly with VWAP. This orange line on my screen is VWAP. Okay, so right here, as we pulled this down into this area, I got long right there at $1.40. Okay, I take you guys to my trade announcements on the day. Here you guys can see long BNGO at $1.40, stop loss $1.28, which is just right below this VWAP level. There's the entry, and notice this touch and go, guys. Notice this touch and go support. That is such a sign of strong, aggressive buying pressure. When you see a stock pull in, touch, and go off of a support level, that's a sign of a very strong support level, because the stock came down and immediately got off that level. That shows you aggressive buying in front of that support level, gives you some confidence that this stock still has a lot of momentum. And at that point, I said my profit target's going to be $2, and I think that's well within reach. Where did I get $2 from? Let's go to the daily chart. The 100-day moving average, okay, which is not on this chart, but the 100-day moving average was sitting at $2. And then you've got this previous structure resistance back here from mid-August. Okay, I did not think we were going to $4.50. Okay, I did not. But that was where my target was on this trade. My final target was around that $2 level. So there's the entry. We popped right up through that level. My first take profit was such a strong move. I said, wow, all right, I'm going to take some off right here at 158. We shot up to the high of the day. I took more profit off right before the halt to give you guys my trade announcement. So you guys can see I took 25% of the position off at 158, half the position off at 168, my final take profit at 210. Once trading opened back up and resumed, I bailed right there, right before the halt for my final take profit. That's a 50% gain in my final take. Okay. I usually will try to get flat guys into a multiple halt move like that. By like that third or fourth halt, I like to get out, because what I don't want to have happen is get stuck in, because eventually one of those halts is going to be the big red candle that just takes everything back, and I don't want to get stuck in that candle. So usually by that third or fourth halt, I like to try to be out. And when it halted here, and then halted here at my target, which was $2, I said, that's it, I'm getting out of this thing. And I bailed there at 210 for my final take. But this thing went much higher, went all the way up to 275, then based out during lunchtime, broke out, and continued. But this move may look smooth, but this is the move that literally would move, halt, open for 15 seconds, move, halt, open for 15 seconds, move, halt. Was very, very, you had to have already been in the trade to really have been able to capitalize on that move. Otherwise, an entry there would have been very, very risky. All right. So this is a really, really good, a good day here, guys. A really good trade on BNGO. I went after VIVE later in the day. I thought we had a chance of getting another squeeze in VIVE. I'll just explain to you guys real quickly why. So I gave back some of my profits, but still a really nice day. Some resistance here at VWAP. It was strong resistance. Then all of a sudden, we break above VWAP, and it holds. Okay, that was a real nice hold at VWAP, and you got this trade line VWAP crossover pattern. So I thought maybe, okay, maybe we might go. Then you get this huge red candle, and then we halt. Right there, we halted. Off that trading halt, I fully expected VIVE to do that. Off that halt, I fully expected another collapse right off the halt. Instead, we actually ended up holding VWAP and getting back above it. And at that point, I said to myself, whoa. So now VWAP is really acting as support here. We might squeeze. And I went ahead and I got long right there at $8.60. Back to my trade announcements, long at $8.60. And then I sold out at $8 when we broke down below VWAP. And VWAP, I realized, was no longer an area of support. And I bailed on the trade right there at $8. So I gave a little bit of my profit back from the BNGO trade, but still a really nice day. All right. So that's it, gang. Really good stuff. Guys, please, take advantage of some of these tips, and this is really good action. There's tremendous opportunity right now. I've only been focusing on small caps the last 3 days, and it's been working out really well for me. I haven't been focusing on SPY options. I haven't really been looking at Roku, JNUG, any of the things that I was trading in the previous weeks. I haven't been really focusing on them. There's tremendous action in small caps, and that's where my focus has been this week. That's where it will continue to be until I see something otherwise. All right? Good stuff, gang. I'll see you guys in chat. Take care.